Welcome to the Mind Train Mindfulness exercise. I'd like you to think about the phrase train of thought. It's a very useful metaphor that describes thought in motion. You'll notice that some of our thoughts easily pass through our mind without barely a notice, and that other thoughts we tend to attach to. And that we attach emotion to them, or we attach a story to it, and we start catastrophizing about possibilities of what might happen, just as a result of attaching emotions and other thoughts and more distressing thoughts to that single thought. So in essence, what you're doing is you are coupling compartments onto a train, and pretty soon you have a full-fledged train with all kinds of passengers, which are thoughts and feelings. So what I'd like you to do is notice your trains of thought. Notice where they come from and where do they end up. And in this way, what we do is we get to know our patterns of thinking, our automatic negative thoughts, and those thoughts that we're much more vulnerable to attaching emotion and inflaming ourselves and our nervous systems with anxiety and fear. And so if you think about the metaphor and flesh it out a bit more, you think of your mind as the train station. And if your thoughts are trains, and then your mind is the station through which all of these trains pass. It's a wide open place with the potential to take you anywhere you want to go if you choose where your destination is. But it can be an really chaotic place if you simply allow any thought to come in and anything to be attached to the original thought. You can easily become overwhelmed, anxious, that feeling of disempowered, lost, or all of the above. So if your habit of mind is simply to entertain every thought that comes into the station of your mind and get on board with whatever train is front and center without really asking, where will this train take me? Do I really want to go there? If I'm on this train, will I be able to get off? Or is this going to take me to that place where I tend to usually go because I am not conscious that I have boarded one of my trains of thought? So you can have anxious thoughts, you can have relaxing thoughts, you can have thoughts that entertain you and engage you. All of these are your choice. And one of the things that we're all vulnerable to is when we are bored, that jumping on one of the more dynamic mind trains of yours can actually alleviate some of your boredom, even though you're creating distress, even though you're creating anxiety. It's much more interesting to catastrophize than feel bored. So I'd like you to learn and think about learning to navigate your mind. And there you are, envision yourself in that train station, closing your eyes and picking a focal point, your breath, or a spot on the wall in front of you. Just noticing your breath, not judging it, and breathe through your diaphragm and begin to pay attention to your mind and body, your thoughts, your emotions, and the physical sensations you're experiencing. And when you notice your mind wander, identify the original thought with the different thoughts and feelings and emotions that you have attached to the initial thought. Then returning your attention to your breath or your focal point. And that is really all there is to it. That we can spend time in this practice of noticing that we are on a mind train and bringing our focus back to the breath, and in essence, getting off the train at the station of your mind and putting yourself back in neutral. So try this, enjoy this, and allow yourself to break these negative habits of mind that appear automatically because they have been running on the same track for years. Bye for now.